General Hospital spoilers reveal that Josslyn is no longer just another recruit, she is becoming one of the WSB's most powerful assets. Every mission, every test, every moment of training has pushed her to evolve into a force unlike anything they have ever seen. What started as a forced entry into the world of espionage has now turned into something far greater. She is excelling beyond expectations, her natural abilities sharpening into something lethal. She is faster, smarter, and more strategic than anyone anticipated. She doesn't just follow orders, she anticipates moves before they happen, turning obstacles into opportunities. Her rise through the ranks has not gone unnoticed. The WSB leadership is watching her closely, seeing in her something rare, something unstoppable. They no longer view her as a simple recruit, they see her as an elite operative in the making, someone who can be molded into one of their greatest weapons. Josslyn, once a rebellious girl fighting against authority, is now being shaped into an agent who can handle missions far beyond what most operatives could endure. She is fearless, relentless, and driven by an unshakable will to succeed. But with power comes control, and the WSB is starting to tighten its grip. They are no longer just training Josslyn, they are testing her, watching how far she will go, how much she is willing to sacrifice for the mission. They are studying her, calculating whether she can be pushed beyond moral boundaries. She has already proven that she will do whatever it takes to survive, to win, to protect those she cares about. But what happens when her orders contradict everything she believes in? The deeper Josslyn goes, the more she starts to see the reality of the world she has entered. Missions are not always black and white. There are secrets, hidden agendas, and alliances that shift without warning. She has spent her life fighting for what is right, but what if the people she is working for are just as dangerous as those she is fighting against? Then comes the moment of reckoning. The WSB assigns her a mission unlike any before, a test of absolute loyalty. This is not about training anymore, this is about proving that she belongs to them. But the mission is not just dangerous, it is personal. The target is not a nameless enemy. It is someone she knows. Someone she once trusted. Someone she never imagined standing against. Josslyn is at a crossroads. If she follows orders, she proves her worth to the WSB but loses a piece of herself in the process. If she refuses, she risks becoming the hunted instead of the hunter. The WSB sees her as their rising star, a tool of precision and power that can be used however they see fit. But Josslyn is beginning to realize that she is not just an agent, she is a pawn in a much bigger game. And if she does not take control of her own fate soon, she may become exactly what they want her to be, a weapon without a soul, a soldier who does not question, an asset with no choice but to obey. But Josslyn has never been one to follow rules. She has never let anyone control her. And now, she must decide, does she let the WSB turn her into what they want her to be? Or does she fight back before she loses herself completely? Because if the WSB thinks they own Josslyn Jax, they may have underestimated just how dangerous she has become. Brennan is becoming an even greater threat, and the consequences of his growing influence are sending shockwaves through Port Charles. His presence alone has already disrupted the balance of power, but now, with his deepening connection to Carly, everything is escalating to dangerous new heights. His motives remain unclear, but one thing is certain, Brennan is manipulating the people around him, weaving a web of control that could alter the course of their lives forever. Carly, ever the survivor, is no stranger to powerful men with dangerous agendas. But Brennan is different. He is calculating, charismatic, and utterly relentless in his pursuit of whatever it is he truly wants. The closer he gets to her, the more the lines blur, and soon, she finds herself caught in something far more complicated than she ever anticipated. Is Brennan genuine in his interest, or is he playing a long game, one that Carly may not see coming until it's too late? Meanwhile, the WSB has been watching Brennan closely, and they have decided that the threat he poses is no longer acceptable. His betrayals, his connections, and his ability to navigate the underworld have made him too powerful to be left unchecked. And so, a decision is made, Brennan must be eliminated. And the one assigned to do it? Josslyn. For Josslyn, This is the moment she has been training for, the ultimate test of loyalty, the mission that will determine whether she truly belongs to the WSB. But as she receives her orders, a sinking realization sets in. This is not just another assignment. This is personal. Brennan is not some faceless enemy, he is the man who manipulated her into this world, the one who has been both an ally and a captor, the one who now stands in the way of her freedom. The mission shakes her to her core. She has fought so hard to prove herself, to become the best, to take control of her own destiny. But now, she is being asked to cross a line she never thought she would face. Can she really do this? Can she pull the trigger and take out the man who has, in many ways, been her greatest challenge? The closer she gets to completing her mission, the more the weight of her choices begins to press down on her. She knows that once she does this, there is no turning back. If she kills Brennan, she proves to the WSB that she is exactly what they want her to be, an elite agent, a sniper with no hesitation, a weapon to be used at their command. But if she refuses, she becomes a liability. And liabilities do not survive in the WSB. As the moment of truth approaches, Josslyn must make an impossible decision. Does she follow through, carrying out the mission as ordered, or does she defy the WSB and risk becoming the target herself? And then, there is Carly. Josslyn knows that whatever choice she makes will impact her mother in ways she cannot predict. If Brennan is truly using Carly, then taking him out is the right move. But what if Brennan has real feelings for her? What if Carly is the only person who has ever been able to get through to him? What if, by killing him, Josslyn is setting off a chain reaction that will destroy her mother as well? The stakes have never been higher. The world around her is unraveling, and she is standing at the center of it all, forced to make a decision that will change everything. Because if she kills Brennan, she becomes exactly what the WSB wants her to be. But if she spares him, she may never get another chance to stop him. And either way, one thing is certain, after this mission, Josslyn Jax will never be the same again. Josslyn has been forced into a mission that could change her forever, one that threatens not only her safety but also the very essence of who she is. The WSB has chosen her for one reason, because they believe she can complete the job without question, without hesitation. Brennan is a liability, a man who has outmaneuvered too many, played both sides for too long, and now, he must be eliminated. And the WSB expects Josslyn to be the one to do it. This isn't a negotiation. It's a direct order. She has been trained, tested, and now, she is being thrown into the field with the highest of stakes. If she fails, there is no backup team to rescue her. There is no one coming to save her. She either completes this mission, or she does not come back at all. From the moment she receives her orders, a sinking dread settles over her. She has spent months proving herself, showing the WSB that she is more than just a forced recruit, more than just a pawn in their game. But now, she is realizing the harsh truth, she was never proving herself. She was being shaped, molded into the perfect weapon, one who would follow orders without hesitation, one who could be used however they saw fit. But Josslyn is not a mindless soldier. She has fought too hard to lose herself now. And yet, she knows that this is not a mission she can simply walk away from. If she refuses, she becomes a loose end. And loose ends don't last long in the WSB. The mission is precise, carefully constructed. Brennan is always several steps ahead of his enemies, but the WSB has studied him, tracked his patterns, and found his vulnerabilities. Josslyn is given everything she needs to take him out: intelligence reports, logistical support, a strategic plan detailing the exact moment when he will be at his weakest. But none of it matters. Because this is not just another mission. Brennan is not just another target. He is a man who has loomed over her life, manipulating her into this world, shaping her into the operative she has become. He has tested her, pushed her, challenged her in ways that no one else ever has. And now, she is the one meant to end him. She watches from the shadows, tracking his movements, memorizing every detail of his routine. The closer she gets, the more she feels the weight of what she is about to do pressing down on her. She is supposed to be untouchable now. trained, ruthless. But she is still Josslyn Jax, and something inside her is screaming that this is wrong. The WSB has given her a choice that is not really a choice at all: kill Brennan and prove her loyalty, or hesitate and become the next target. And yet, as she watches him move through the city, as she sees him interact with people, as she catches glimpses of the man beneath the mask, she starts to wonder, what if they are wrong? The mission tells her Brennan is the enemy. That he is dangerous, that he must be eliminated before he can do any more damage. But Josslyn has spent enough time around him to know the truth is rarely that simple. What if there is something bigger at play? What if the WSB is not telling her everything? And then there is Carly. Josslyn knows that if she follows through with this, if she pulls the trigger, it will change everything. Brennan has become tangled in Carly's life in ways she doesn't fully understand yet. If she takes him out, what will that mean for her mother? Is Carly a victim in this? Or has she fallen into Brennan's web just like Josslyn did? The doubts grow louder. The pressure tightens. And then, the moment arrives. Josslyn has him in her sights. Her heartbeat slows, her breathing evens. She has trained for this, prepared for this. All she has to do is pull the trigger. But she hesitates. Because in that moment, something inside her tells her that this is the decision that will define her forever. If she kills Brennan, she becomes exactly what the WSB wants her to be: an asset, a weapon, a soldier who follows orders without question. But if she spares him, she defies the very people who hold her life in their hands. And no one defies the WSB and walks away unscathed. Her finger hovers over the trigger, her entire world narrowing to this one moment. No matter what she chooses, there is no going back. She either becomes the hunter or the hunted. And either way, Josslyn Jax will never be the same again. Josslyn has always believed she could handle herself, that she could fight her own battles and take control of her own fate. But now, standing at the edge of something far greater than she ever imagined, she realizes she has no choice but to reach out. She needs help, not just any help, but their help. Jason and Carly. For the first time, Josslyn accepts that she can't do this alone. The WSB has set her up, forced her into a mission that could cost her everything, and now, she's staring into the abyss of an operation that has spiraled far beyond her control. Brennan's name has been placed on a kill order, and Josslyn has been assigned as the executioner. But this isn't just another mission, this is a test of loyalty, one designed to break her, to strip away any lingering hesitation and turn her into exactly what the WSB wants her to be, a perfect weapon. But Josslyn isn't ready to lose herself. She doesn't know what terrifies her more, the idea of carrying out the mission or the realization that if she refuses, she'll become the next target. The WSB doesn't allow defiance. They don't tolerate hesitation. She has two choices: kill Brennan and become the operative they want her to be, or refuse and be eliminated herself. That's why she makes the call. The moment Jason hears her voice, the urgency in her tone, he knows something is wrong. He doesn't ask questions, he just moves. Jason has always been the one people turn to when the world becomes too dangerous, when there's no one left to trust. And for Josslyn, he is the only person who can get her out of this alive. He has spent years in the shadows, fighting wars no one else sees, and now, he's preparing to do it again, for her. Carly, however, is a different force entirely. When Josslyn tells her what's happening, Carly doesn't hesitate, she rages. This isn't just about some mission. This is about her daughter. The WSB thinks they can use Josslyn like a disposable pawn? That they can manipulate her, trap her, and throw her away when she no longer serves their purpose? Carly refuses to accept that. She has lost too much, fought too hard, to let this happen. Together, Jason and Carly begin working on a way to pull Josslyn out. Jason knows how the WSB operates, he understands their ruthlessness, their ability to erase problems without hesitation. He immediately starts strategizing, mapping out escape routes, creating backup plans for every possible outcome. Carly, meanwhile, is already on the warpath, making calls, pulling strings, preparing for the fight of her life. But then, everything changes. Brennan is dead. The moment the news reaches them, the entire operation collapses into chaos. No one knows exactly how it happened, but one thing is certain: the WSB believes Josslyn was responsible. She was the last piece in their puzzle, the agent assigned to take him out. And now that he's gone, they don't see a soldier who followed orders. They see a rogue agent. A liability. A loose end. And in the WSB, loose ends are eliminated. Josslyn's world flips upside down. One moment, she was standing on the edge of an impossible choice. The next, she's the one being hunted. The WSB isn't just suspicious of her, they are coming for her. They don't need proof. They don't need explanations. They need control. And if they can't control her, they will erase her. Jason immediately understands the severity of the situation. He knows the WSB won't stop until they have complete certainty that Josslyn is no longer a threat. He moves into action, pulling her into hiding, using every resource at his disposal to keep her off their radar. But he also knows that running isn't enough. The WSB doesn't just forget. If they believe Josslyn betrayed them, they will never stop hunting her. Carly refuses to sit back and let that happen. She has spent her entire life protecting the people she loves, and now, her daughter is in more danger than ever before. If the WSB wants a war, then Carly is ready to give them one. She doesn't care what it takes, who she has to confront, what alliances she has to break. She will not let them take Josslyn away from her. And Josslyn? She isn't the same girl she was before this mission began. She has been trained to fight, to survive, to adapt in the face of impossible odds. And now, with the full force of the WSB hunting her down, she is about to prove that she is not just another operative. She is a fighter. A survivor. And she refuses to let them dictate her fate. But the truth remains: Brennan's death was not an accident. Someone set this in motion. Someone wanted him dead. And now, Josslyn is caught in the aftermath of a conspiracy that is much bigger than she ever realized. The battle for her survival has begun. And before it's over, Port Charles will never be the same again.